Okay, let's get right into it. Picture this, 2019 Mediterranean Sea. A US Navy strike group is on patrol, and suddenly they start tracking these things. Anomalous objects just plunging into the water at speeds that shouldn't be possible. They don't leave a wake, nothing. But they do leave something behind, a sound. A very, very specific acoustic signature. And here's where it gets really wild. What the military didn't tell you, what they kept under wraps, is that this exact same frequency, this sound, was recorded decades ago. But not in the ocean, no. It was recorded echoing up from the flooded bedrock, deep, deep beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza. That connection, right there, between a modern naval encounter and this ancient anomaly, that's the whole key. We're gonna follow that frequency, connect the dots, all the way from the bottom of the sea right to the heart of the Giza Plateau.
So let's start with the modern-day side of this mystery, the Mediterranean anomaly. What exactly is the Navy tracking out there in the waters off Egypt? And maybe more importantly, why is it all so classified?
Right, so you need to forget everything the History Channel ever taught you about guys in sandals stacking limestone blocks. This isn't about that. The reality, according to the leaks, is way more dangerous. We're talking about active, operational hardware, something that's challenging the most advanced naval forces on the planet. The picture this data paints, it's just much, much stranger than you can imagine.
The term they use is USO, Unidentified Submerged Object. And look, these aren't just some weird blips on a sonar screen. Not at all. We are talking about physical craft that move through water in ways that are just impossible. Their understanding of hydrodynamics is light years ahead of ours. And the craziest part, they're doing this out in the open, almost defiantly, right in the middle of some of the most heavily patrolled waters in the world.
But it's their behavior that's the real smoking gun here. They're not just zipping around randomly. First, they totally defy physics, cutting through the water without leaving any wake signature. I mean, none. But more importantly, they're all navigating on these precise, direct headings toward one specific place, the Nile Delta. That's not random. That screams intent. It suggests they're plugging into some kind of submerged global network.
And here it is. This is the single most important piece of evidence from all of these encounters. Every single one of these USOs leaves behind the exact same acoustic fingerprint, a deep, low-frequency hum. And that hum is always at 16 Hz. Burn that number into your brain, 16 Hz. It is the key to this whole thing.
Okay, so let's shift gears. We're leaving the deep ocean now and we're heading inland to the Giza Plateau because we need to look at the pyramids again, but with new eyes. We're not looking at them as tombs, we're looking at them for what the acoustic data says they really are. Massive, powerful resonance machines.
So you've got the official history on one side, tombs for pharaohs, housing the dead, all that stuff. But then you have the acoustic analysis on the other. And what does it say? It says this was a geological acoustic resonator, a machine built to generate electromagnetic waves, and that these weren't isolated monuments, but part of a massive water-based grid. We're not talking about burying kings, we're talking about large-scale physics.
And you know what? The whole tomb theory just falls apart when you really look at it. I mean, think about it. If workers were inside with torches, where's all the soot on the ceilings? There's none. And why have no original, undisturbed mummies ever been discovered in the main pyramids? But the biggest question of all, why on earth are these huge, complex, and clearly man-made flooded tunnel systems burrowing deep into the bedrock right underneath them? And that leads us to the heart of this machine, the so-called Osiris shaft. This is no simple burial shaft. It's an incredible piece of hydraulic engineering. We're talking about a massive, multi-level system that's carved deep, deep down into the rock, connecting directly with the Giza aquifer. It was built for one reason, to channel and control huge amounts of water.
So, how does this machine actually work? Well, it's a three-step process. First, water is pumped up through that subterranean shaft system. As that water rushes through, the specific dimensions of the granite chambers and shafts start to vibrate. They resonate. Think of it like a giant tuning fork made of rock. And that vibration generates a powerful, low-frequency acoustic wave that travels out through the rock and the water.
All right, now we get to the part where we connect the two threads. On one hand, we have these mysterious modern USOs leaving a specific sound in the ocean, and on the other, we have this ancient machine in the desert that's seemingly designed to create a specific sound. This is where it all comes together.
So let's just remember that key piece of evidence from the Navy, the acoustic signature of those USOs. What was it? A constant, steady 16 hertz.
And now for the bombshell. Independent acoustic analysis done by engineers who've actually gotten equipment down into those flooded Giza shafts has measured the primary resonant frequency of that entire system. And what is it? It's a perfect mathematical match. 16 hertz. That is not a coincidence. There's no way.
So when you lay it all out side by side, it's just a perfect match. The USOs are moving at incredible speeds underwater, right? Well, the Giza grid is basically an acoustic water-based transit network. They're giving off these weird energy signatures. Well, the grid is a low-frequency power generator. They're all heading straight for the Nile. Well, Giza is the grid's main entry point. Every behavior we see maps directly to a capability of the machine.
Which brings us to the final, and honestly the most unsettling conclusion of all. We're not looking at history here. We are looking at active, currently operational hardware.
Let me just say it as plainly as I can. The pyramids were not built to house the dead. They were built as a massive, acoustic, water-based transit and power grid, a piece of infrastructure on a scale we can barely comprehend.
And here's the kicker. Whoever or whatever is operating those USOs we see today, they are still using the submerged parts of that exact same ancient infrastructure. This isn't a dead technology. It's a system that's still being used, hidden right under our noses. So what's the truth here? It's not lost history. It is active, suppressed military-grade hardware. And that means the Navy isn't just out there patrolling for foreign subs. No, they are guarding the ancient grid.
And that leaves us with just one final, terrifying question. If our own Navy is guarding this ancient, powerful, and active grid, the real question is, who are they guarding it for?